Comrades, welcome to Survival Fires Revised. And this is going to be Survival Fire number 3, the log cabin fire. And this is the fire that I didn't really care for at first, but I did some research and there's other ways you can do it. And if you guys remember the Tomahawk, we're going to try this crooked thing out and we're going to chop some wood and we're going to do it a different way. We're going to do a split wood, which makes more sense. And so yeah, and this time I am not going to forget to put my tinder in first. Hope you guys are doing great, and I'm glad to have you guys back, and let's get this thing going. Alright, I want to try this out. I've been collecting some pieces, getting it solved. Gosh, this thing's hard to get off. About the size I have right here. So we're gonna get a bunch of these, which I already got some cut. We're gonna split them. And if this Tomahawk don't split these, I did bring the Ontario survival machete. So let's try it out. This crooked handle. I don't know, this might be too long. Yep. I don't think it's gonna work. Might have to get the B2, or not the B2, but the Ontario. Might do alright. Yeah, I think it's too long, so I'm glad I did. I brought the survival machete, so I think that's what we're gonna do. It's just a little too big. Okay, breaking out the survival machete. I'll tell you what I think about that Tomahawk before the day's over. Okay guys, here is Mr. Ray's ravioli, but this is actually made specifically by Mr. Ray himself. And that is Glenn, one of my subscribers, and he was so kind to send one of these in a package to me, and this is what we're going to use on the fire. But this time, I'm putting it in here first, so I'm not fighting trying to get it lit like I did on the last one. Alright comrades, got all of our tinder, kindling, and a little bit of the bigger pieces. That's going in first this time. Got 2 pine logs, and then got our wall, or our cabin right there.
Alright comrades, here's layer 1, here's layer 2, here's layer 3, here's layer 4, layer 5, and layer 6. Ta-da!
The survival lighter. And the reason why I call it survival lighter is because it's got your fire and it's got your tinder, 2 in 1. We're gonna use this birch bark to light Glenn's fire starter. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Get that covered. All right. Let that start burning and we'll throw some more on. So far what I like about this setup is, see how sturdy it is? Oh, get my gloves. But this thing is sturdy. Compared to the other one I had where I just used branches, I mean, you can't do nothing with it. With this one here, you can cook on it right here if you wanted to. It's going now, guys. Whew. I'm not even gonna really time it. This thing's actually probably gonna burn a lot longer. Man, that thing is getting big. Look at that. That's a fire. It's kind of burning on this side, so I'm gonna get some more kindling. Try to get to go over here a little bit. Woo! Look at that thing. That is burning good. So there it is, about 20-25 minutes in. I can tell you guys that this will burn a lot longer than the branches did. That's for sure. It's been off some good heat too. Got my gloves drying. Guys, that's burning a lot better. I'm going to, I think I'm gonna get some more kindling in there too. And I didn't forget my water this time, so I'm definitely having some coffee. So guys, obviously, sometimes I'm sure you can tell in some of my videos I get way ahead of myself and I don't think things out sometimes. But I think next time I do this, instead of trying to struggle to get my tinder lit underneath all the wood in the tinder, if I have everything set up, ready to go, laid out, like I did already for this one, I can just light that tinder before I even start stacking it. I'll get that stuff stacked before the flame is real high. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I just get too excited sometimes. Come over here, let's check out the fire. Alright, comrades, as you can see, that might be a little too close. Okay, comrades, so I pushed, as you saw, I just pushed the logs in a little bit more so there's not so much of a gap, an air gap, so they can all burn better. And you saw me adding more kindling to it. However, I think there might be too much of a space between the logs, that's why it goes out so fast, or the wood could be a little bit wet or damp. But I think with this kind of fire, maybe not have the logs so big, maybe make them smaller and closer together. But or you can just do what I did and just work with it and play with it. But that's how you learn, right? You get out and you do it, and that's what I'm doing. Coffee time. Well, there's what it did. It fell in so far right there. So I gotta keep an eye on it. It's gonna really burn good. Still waiting for my coffee though. I think it's about there. Oh yeah, ready to get that out of there. Stop burning myself. Yikes, it's hot. Oh no, don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. Okay. Oh no. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having some coffee. I don't know if you guys like fat wood and bark in it, but I do. Especially pine. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend doing that in case there's poison ivy on some of this, but poison ivy don't bother me. It's a pretty cool fire, guys. We'll get to the conclusion here in a little bit. Well, comrades, there it is. And we started this like around 10. The time is 11, so this is an hour later. This is what we got. Well, so the conclusion. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. It's going again. I mean, basically, it's just going to burn like this. You know, you can see it here. It's just going to be regular fire now. So, once those get broke down to some coals, you can cook on it. I mean, I made some coffee with it. And still got my coffee here. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's a log cabin fire. From my observations on this one's better than the branches. Obviously it's going to burn longer, however it takes more work. I cut this off a dead pine just right over there, and I was going to tell you guys about that Tomahawk. I bought that Tomahawk because I'm going to make my own handle for it, and I was going to use it for chopping. That thing isn't going to chop wood. You saw it. So I use that survival machete, and I will tell you I'm starting to like that survival machete, I think. And for this type of fire, I think that's something I would definitely carry on me, because I don't like to carry a big axe or anything. That Tomahawk, that thing's if you're gonna use it for chopping, it's a little glorified hatchet. It's what it is. That thing's just meant for throwing, I think. It's not what I thought it was, but so yeah, the conclusion with this fire is it's pretty much the same as the last one, but I think it's better to do it this way because it's more stable. If you had like a little grate, you could cook on it. And other than that, I think my spacing might be a little bit too much. So I might need to make smaller logs. It might be better to make this fire on a smaller scale, but with split logs, not branches. And it's just too much of a gap, and I think that's why I have to keep adding kindling to it. But if you just work with it and keep adding kindling to it, if you have it all ready to go, you'd be alright. And just keep pushing it in together and try till it gets in the center. But, I mean, yeah, it's going to burn. I mean, it's been an hour, so it's going to burn for another hour or two at least. So, this is the revised edition of the log cabin fire. However, I think we're going to be able to do a third revised edition of this fire as well. So that'll be it for a later video, because next time we do it, I'm going to start my tinder first. Stack the wood up. I'm gonna cut wood, but I'm gonna make them smaller, not so big, and put them closer together. So that'd be the third revised edition, but that'll be another video. But all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna get heading out, and yeah. God bless you guys. Thanks for coming along with me, and the subscribe button's right up here somewhere, and there'll be other videos around the screen. And just hit like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.